Which Marvel hero will the Russo brothers tackle next? After the staggering success of Avengers Endgame, which effectively closed out the first 11 years of storytelling in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, many fans are wondering if directors Joe and Anthony Russo would come back to tell more stories in the brave new world of Phase 4 and beyond. Speaking with comicbook.com earlier this week about their upcoming Chris Hemsworth starring Netflix film Extraction, they were asked about a potential return to the House of Ideas, and the answer, dear viewer, should frankly thrill you. Joe Russo started the interview by saying they're still in regular contact with the folks over at Marvel. We've talked to Kevin Feige and Lou D'Esposito all the time at Marvel. We get together with Lou for regular dinners once a month, and there's always conversations going on. Now, despite all this talk of sweet, delicious dinner, the next line is the real meat of the matter. I think, when we all land on what the right project is for us all to team back up on, we'll jump in feet first for sure. So they'd be willing to come back for more if the project is right for them. They've definitely earned that, but what project would they want to do? Well, first of all, we should look to the near future because they probably wouldn't take over anything announced for Phase 4 already, or even the beginning of Phase 5, because those all seem pretty well in hand. Now, our first guess right out the gate is, fittingly enough, Marvel's first family, the Fantastic Four. No one has quite managed to get this team right on the big screen, but the Russos have a proven track record of taking outlandish ideas and making them seem grounded and accessible, which is something the FF needs. Plus, the Russos have a background in directing and producing ensemble comedies like Arrested Development, Happy Endings, and Community, which frankly would make them the perfect choice for a family superhero team movie. Now this next pick is no surprise, 1984's Secret Wars. The Russos have always expressed an interest in adapting this epic miniseries from the comics, which saw many Marvel heroes face off against their villains on a planet called Battleworld, or if you're me, you want it to be 2015 Secret Wars, which is basically like interdimensional Game of Thrones complete with the Marvel zombies as White Walker stand-ins. Now, memes aside, it's no joke that Avengers Endgame was the biggest crossover of all time. But despite that, the Russos were able to handle multiple characters with ease, and they could do this again when bringing this iconic battle royale to the big screen featuring all the best heroes and villains from the Marvel Universe. However, we do have one caveat about Secret Wars. They should not be allowed to tackle this story until Wolverine and the X-Men are introduced into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And who better to introduce them to the MCU than the Russos themselves? In fact, Wolverine's a character the Russos have expressed interest in tackling. During a Reddit AMA last year, they were asked about which superhero who's not currently in the MCU they would like to bring into the fold, and Anthony Russo said, "We've always loved us some Wolverine." Now, for many fans, Hugh Jackman embodies Wolverine on the big screen. I mean, after all, he played the character for close to 2 decades. And with Jackman stepping away from this role, fans want to know the future of one of their favorite characters is in good hands when it's time for someone else to strap on the claws. And who better than the Russo brothers to get fans on board for any new iteration of Wolverine that isn't played by Danny DeVito? Now, of course, this directing duo could be throwing us for a loop. Maybe they're going to use their considerable TV chops to tackle something for Disney+, because we know a Moon Knight series is in the works for the streaming service, and having the folks that brought us the Winter Soldier take a stab at one of Marvel's least sane characters might be exactly the way to go. And if you don't know anything about Moon Knight, check out my episode of Explainiac that breaks down his wild comic book history right now. Or maybe, just maybe, Marvel wants us to forget the Netflix Marvel stuff entirely and give us new versions of Daredevil and company shepherded by the Russos. Now we're definitely speculating here, but we have to consider every option. Because we know they've already sold off most of the props and costumes from the Netflix show, so it's not like they're coming back anytime soon. I know, it hurts to hear, but sorry folks, it's true. But the one thing that we all know for sure is that the Russos definitely have an interest in returning to Marvel, and fans will absolutely be on board for whatever they do next. But based on box office receipts for Endgame, it's pretty clear that Marvel's going to be down for whatever the Russos want to do as well. But in the meantime, tell me, what do you folks think? What Marvel hero do you want to see the Russo brothers tackle next? Did we miss anyone on our list? And should they just bring the cast of Community into the MCU?
Excuse us.
Let's discuss. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please give us a like and subscribe to our channel. And if you want to get notified every time we go live with a new show or drop a new video, hit that little bell down below. That way you'll be up to date on all the latest theories, news, and rumors in the pop culture world. In the meantime, stay safe, be healthy, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.